Hey guys, welcome back. BDCKR here, and we're back with our weekly recap of all things Injustice. This is for the week of February 6th, 2020. Right here at the top, there's currently a petition asking the developers to update Injustice that we've linked in the description. It is now at less than 800 signatures, so not a huge amount of progress since last week, but you can go ahead and sign that if you are so inclined. Getting into the content, the current challenge is for Batgirl. It's a 1 week repeat, and the required characters are Nightwing, Joker, and Deathstroke, who are bronze, silver, and bronze respectively at the sort of lowest tier level you can get them at.
Right.
So pretty good for newer players if you're a lot more likely to either already have them or have the resources to buy them to be able to complete the challenge fast enough.
Right. She's great. Her passive is Tactical Advantage. Batgirl and her teammates each start the match with 1 bar of power. She's got low stats. Her attack's only 850 and her health is 1,000. But on the flip side, she's really cheap to promote. I mean, when you compare it to the later challenge characters, 192,000 to promote directly is pretty darn cheap.
And it means she's great for matchmaking too, in general, to keep your stats relatively low.
Right.
She's not bad to have on a team if you want it ever so slightly unbalanced.
Yep.
Because she is a support character, so that's, less of an issue. And her passive is, really good. It's one of the reasons why she's still relevant as a character at all, because you get 3 bars of power right at the start of the fight, and it's spread out over 3 characters.
Right. And I like that you said it's one of the reasons, because there's actually the other part that with the right gears, like all the Batgirls, she can hit way above her weight class.
Yeah.
So Cloak of Destiny, which is a little bit better for her than Necron Scythe because of the crit damage boost. You give her League of Assassins Knives and either Lexer Gauntlets to boot the crit chance of Special 1, or you can give her the nanocarbon mass to boost the amount of crit damage that she does. I mean, my preference is actually boosting the crit chance, because then if it doesn't crit, you're not doing nearly as much. Because she stuns is the first part of her Special 1.
Yeah.
The rest of the damage, which is it's backloaded, gets boosted by the Cloak of Destiny, and then League of Assassins Knives not only boosts Special 1 damage, but it splash damages 50% of whatever damage you do on each of the opponents on the bench.
Yeah, it just hits super hard. To the point where doubling up the gear that does the extra damage almost isn't worth it for stunned, right?
Yeah.
Because you're just wasting it. You're going to knock them out, or they're going to,
Right.
block or something.
Now, and you say that, but, going back a little bit, because she was last available in August, and we mentioned it then, and we'll mention it again, when Cloak of Destiny first came out for when it was just first released.
Yeah.
We were waiting in anticipation, because this seemed like it was going to be like the perfect use for it.
Yeah.
And we were kind of right.
And she's sort of a staple, especially when it was harder to get your specials back. She was
Right.
totally a staple in specialists, because having it be a Special 1 is so cheap and easy. Now, when you can get like Tantu Totem, basically means that any special that kills somebody is equally valuable and equally easy to obtain.
Right.
But back then, when you weren't getting it back, when you were spending it fully, right?
Yep.
It's super, super cheap to get a Special 1.
Yep. So a little bit of, I guess, nostalgia. We'll link that video again, only because we were so excited to really get to try out this one thing that we thought was going to be a huge kind of game changer.
Yeah, and even without Tantu Totem now, one of the things that does is having a Special 1 basically just means that you can still have a specialist without putting Tantu Totem on them. Still be super effective, right? Where she's great without Tantu Totem, and that means that you can put her on any team that has another specialist already on it too, because she's not going to take the same gear. She uses a unique gear set to do the same thing.
Yep. So this week's multiplayer reward is Gloves of Azrael, which becomes Gauntlets of Azrael, and I still remember when it used to be called Gauntlets before it was, or was it even gloves? It was something, but it didn't have Azrael in the name.
Yeah.
And they added Azrael when you
which makes more sense.
It. I guess. I don't know for sure.
It doesn't seem like a particularly meaningful change. It doesn't seem like it was worth messing with it.
Exactly.
Like, who noticed that and then decided it needed to be fixed?
For the effort that they put into it, I'd rather they did an update.
Well, I think changing a single text box is probably a little less work than an update.
But it's any work at all.
It's weird that that's like one of the things that they decided to change.
I know. So when it's maxed out, there's a 30% max health increase. There's a 95% life drain chance on combo ender, and a 95% life drain chance to give it to your teammates on the combo ender.
Mm-hmm.
Also last available August 2019. And it seems the sequence, at least for the multiplayer rewards, is continuing. Like last week's Masters... Was Masters Death Cart? What was last week?
I don't remember. I think so. Mate, I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
Not 100% sure.
So if the pattern holds, next week should be Blackest Night Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is a 4.5-star gear. It's completely defensive. The health boost as an amount is nothing special.
Yeah.
The combo ender life drain used to be unique until the overpowered super came along, which also drains on combo ender. But the sort of unique part that's still there is that she can give health to her teammates when she life drains.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to say we play pretty much all offense all the time, and that we've screwed up if we're looking for healing. But this is kind of a special case. So it's really good on cards with extra hits on combo ender. So, Raven, Deathstroke, Nightwing, Jessica Cruz. You get extra effects on combo ender. So it's good on a card that's going to be your tank or your healer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're already trying to do combo enders anyway for their passive, so like Earth Do Hawkgirl to get stun. If you're rocking Razagul Scimitar as a gear, you're
for
using
the power drain.
Yeah, overpowered super. Then it isn't a bad gear to add. But the change, at least for me, is that there's other cards that are actually overwhelmingly powerful offensively. And I'm looking at Batman, Ninja, Catwoman, where you could put on offensive gears to try to take advantage of her passive, but she's just doing so much damage that the amount you're putting on, it might be a significant amount, but not enough to actually make a difference in the fight.
Yeah.
And I'd almost rather put something on her to make her a little bit tankier or hardier so she survives longer, because her passive is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so the general principles, we've got a video from I think 3 or 4 years ago. We'll link that in the description too, about the use of the gauntlet when we were doing the gear series, right?
Yeah, but so now that we've got people powerful enough, it starts to make a little more sense, and especially that we've got gear that's so good too on top of that.
Right.
It makes more sense to maybe even have a defensive gear just in case on some of your best characters, because you're more likely it won't make a difference to have another offensive gear in fights that you're going to win anyways, other than maybe a few seconds here or there. If you screw up, having a tankier character might make the difference between a much shorter fight and a longer fight, or a potential loss.
Before, the sacrifice used to be if you put on a gear that was meant to make them more defensive minded, it dragged out your fights because your offensive output was so much lower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so the interesting thing actually that I want to point out, this is the first week over the last year, excuse me, where the same multiplayer reward and challenge were repeated at the same time.
Like they lined up.
Yeah, we had Batgirl and Gauntlets for our 8th of August 2019 recap. And this is the first time. So let's see what happens.
Interesting. Okay. In the store, we have Darkseid for 27 Canadian. It's one copy, won't unlock in your store. It's probably what next week's challenge is. We also get 100,000 credits. This Darkseid is not the good Darkseid. This is like the the OG Darkseid.
That should be his name. The Darkseid, not the good one.
Darkseid, not the good one. It's Darkseid, the make the bronze good one.
Yes.
Which is not particularly useful when you're not playing with bronzes on your team in most of the formats. It's he's all right for grinding is one thing that I'll say.
Yeah.
If you don't have a ton of people, but other than that, not great. We also have the Sorcery Pack for 27 Canadian, which comes with Zatanna, Raven, and Kondak Black Adam, which, is also not worth it. Raven's pretty good.
The value really is for Zatanna and Raven to have a copy so that upcoming challenges, when they require them, that you have them, because getting them out of challenge pack is a little hard.
Yeah, if you're new and you're actively playing, that might be one reason to eventually get it, but it doesn't seem like a particularly compelling value proposition.
Right. There's also, not in the footage here, but it came out after we filmed this footage, was a Batman versus Superman pack. $26 Canadian. Comes with Dawn of Justice Batman, Dawn of Justice Superman, and the two sort of Dawn of Justice gears that were meant for Batman and Superman. So not the original ones, but the Dawn of Justice ones.
Yep.
Also not worth it. Any pack. Anytime you get a character in a pack, unless you've already unlocked any store, the pack still won't do it.
Yeah.
You can't promote them.
Yeah. In Survivor, we've got the Suicide Squad companion gear until the 12th of February 2020. Phantom Zone hasn't come back yet.
And it should have. This should have actually been the time. It's maybe lately they've been sort of getting us on every 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off.
Yeah, so, we'll see what that means.
Yep.
Fight 62 is still broken. And last weekend's breakthrough was as expected. It was Bane, Killer Frost, and Ares, as we predicted in our last recap. Next weekend should be Sinestro, Green Arrow, and Scorpion based on the schedule, which is both our own schedule and also a Reddit user, Devlin16, which we've linked in the description.
All right, so moving on, current glitches. A reminder, every working glitch is explained in a video as part of the playlist that you can reach by clicking the eye in the top right corner of this video and in the description. We are Android only, so we can only confirm these glitches for Android.
Mm-hmm. Starting out with the not working glitches, there is nothing for credits that we're only to endorse. We talk about this every week. Season 6, Episode 9 of our P and Q and C and A and T has more information on it. There is a 2-device credit glitch that we will not endorse because of the associated dangers with 2 devices.
Right, 2 devices simultaneously in one account, chance of account suspension.
Yeah.
So getting repeated past multiplayer season rewards is not working. Getting the reward early is also not working as an exploitable glitch, but it's happening as sort of a bug that's screwing people over. Yeah. And there is no glitch to get through Phantom Zone quickly when Phantom Zone is around.
Mm-hmm. Also, the free energy without having to watch the video glitch is gone just because the button's gone. So you can't watch a video to get energy, so you can't skip watching a video to get energy.
That's true.
As far as working glitches, Phantom Zone glitch is working. Doesn't matter right now. Challenge reset method requiring Google Play Cloud Save is working. That's confirmed on the current Batgirl challenge. And just a reminder that resetting one resets both in terms of the Phantom Zone and challenge reset. So when they're up, only do it if you're willing to do both.
So I guess it's a little bit of a lie that we only do Android, but we do share information. There's a viewer, Jonathan Yang, and we've cut and pasted his comment on how to reset the challenge on an iOS device. And I guess we're not technically lying, but the fact that we can't test it means that it's really sort of use at your own risk.
Yeah, we're not endorsing it. We're just signal boosting it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the breakthrough glitch to let you play it repeatedly is still working. There is another comment cut and pasted in the description for people who are having troubles. One viewer said that this was what fixed it for them, but we can't test, even though it's Android, we can't test it because we've never had a problem, so we've never been in a situation where we could even try it out.
Yeah. The airplane mode / refund glitch is still working. It's good for any random drop that you get off of Wi-Fi, which means that it doesn't work in the Phantom Zone because that requires, I guess I shouldn't say Wi-Fi, it's just an online connection. So, Wi-Fi data, any internet connection.
Yeah, so you've got to be offline. It only works, the idea is that you're offline so that it's not communicating with the server, so you're just doing something sort of in secret.
Yeah, it'll get you. It'll look like it works for Phantom Zone, but then it'll roll you back, so the actual reward you get in your account doesn't change.
Time shifting still works in Android for unlimited survivor play and energy recharges. Just remember, bring your clock and calendar back to normal before you finish.
Mm-hmm. And in between the not working glitches, we have the promotion glitch where you can promote characters that are still locked. Hasn't had the right conditions since update 2.14, so it's a ton of updates ago. Never mind the fact that we're a year from our most recent update. But technically it's never been proven to fail. It just hasn't had conditions for a long time. So we're keeping it here just in case, on a technicality. I don't remember how to do it anymore.
Neither do
but
I.
It's there.
Yes. All right, so and that's it for this week's. We'll wrap it up by saying a big thank you to our patrons on Patreon. That's Consul Peasant and Edwoon supporting us at the top tier, Last Word. Mohammed Albshaiti on the Your Message Here tier. Shawn, Farrell, Daniel Simonson, Aaron Maule, and Michael DeVries at the credited level. And Chris Wolff and Scarlet Enby at the gratitude level.
Yeah, so thanks so much for your support, and thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Komoda.